So ellipse. Okay, now you tell me that what is the definition of the ellipse as per the conic sections? Means when the plane cuts the conic, means double napped cone, how can you say that ellipse will be formed? Ilian.
Sir, sir, when the angle beta is greater than alpha and lesser than 90 degrees.
What is beta?
So beta is the angle formed with the vertical. Sir, exact definition I'm not getting.
Sir, angle between plane and axis, sir.
Angle between the plane and
Axis, sir.
yes, very good. What is then alpha?
Angle between axis and generator.
Very good, very good. Angle between the axis and generator. So now when you see that here, ellipse definition, ellipse set of all the points in the plane, the sum of whose distances, means that points distances from the two fixed points is a constant. Did you get my point here? You read that content given to you in your textbook so that you are going to understand. The constant here, 2 points are fixed and the set of all the points in a plane. This set of all the points in a plane can be termed as a locus word, which is not given to you in your textbook normally. Locus is nothing but set of all the points, some collection of the points which satisfies the one condition or multiple conditions is called as a locus. So in some books you may find out that locus word which is not given to you in your 11th and 12th classes also, the terminology is not used, but you need to know that what is meant by locus. Here you can use that ellipse is the locus of a point in the plane, the sum of whose distances from two fixed points in the plane is constant. Like that also you can define it. Okay. So the two fixed points are called foci, plural of the focus. You read this here, content plural of the focus. In case of the parabola, only we are going to have the one fixed point and one fixed line is there. But here two fixed points are there. A set of all the points which are equidistant means whose distances, that points distances, sum of the distances from the two fixed points. That means here if you consider the F1 is the one fixed point and F2 is the another fixed point, P1, P2, P3 points, that points distances from these two fixed points sum, that means P1F plus P2F, sorry, P1F plus P1F2, P1F1 plus P1F2. How much will be the same P2F1 plus P2F2? And that same, it is equals to the P3F1 and P3F2. Such type of the all that points together is called as a ellipse. Okay. So note point here what you can say, the constant which is the sum of the distances of the point in an ellipse from the two fixed points is always greater than the distances between the two fixed points. That is, this is always greater than that, the sum whatever we are taking is always greater than the distance between the two fixed points, foci. That is nothing but F1, F2 se zyada hota hai. The midpoint of the line segment joining the foci is called the center of the ellipse. Whenever you read anything, one conic section, you need to compare with the other conic section so that easily you can understand. Okay, the line segment through the foci, here what is midpoint of the line segment joining the foci is called the center of the ellipse. Ellipse ka center hai, focus ka midpoint, two foci is there. Na? The line segment passing through the foci of an ellipse is called major axis. Here you are going to have the major axis and minor axis. In case of the parabola, only axis will be there. Only one axis will be there. And directrix will be there. Directrix will be perpendicular to the axis. Okay. So when you take here, major axis is nothing but the 2 points, whatever the 2 points foci is there, joining these 2 points, whatever you are getting is called as a major axis. And the line segment through the center and perpendicular through the center and perpendicular to the major axis is called a minor axis. Okay, the end points of the major axis are the vertices of the ellipse. So may so you observe this, that in this figure here one figure is given to you. So what is here it is given to you? First figure 11.21 to you. And vertices are A, B. Center is O. F1, F2 are the foci. And the major axis is AB and minor axis is CD. In case of the parabola, whatever it may be given to you, we will denote the length of the major axis by 2a. Length of the major axis will be denoted by 2a, 0 to that particular point B. B point is, can anyone tell me that what is the B point here? A comma 0. Usually A comma 0 is B point. Okay. So, and the length of minor axis is denoted by the 2. OC distance will be equals to B. So, from this you can say that point A is what? Coordinates of the point A? Minus A comma 0. Coordinates of the point B? 0, A comma 0 if center is 0 comma 0. If the center is 0 comma 0, coordinates of the point A is minus A comma 0, coordinates of the point B is plus A comma 0, coordinates of the point C is 0 comma B, coordinates of the point D is 0 comma minus B. So the relationship between the A, B, C here. Now usually the distance between the two foci is denoted by 2C. So these points you concentrate in case of the ellipse. Distance between the two foci is denoted by 2C. So the length of the major axis is 2A. Length of the semi-major axis. Semi-major axis is nothing but O to B distance. Semi-major axis is nothing but O to B distance. Now here, relationship between the semi-major axis, semi-minor axis at the distance between the focus from the center of the ellipse. So when you compare this one, the relationship you are going to get A square is equals to B square plus C square. Obviously, the length of the A is more than the B. So the relation we are going to get it between the A, B, C is A square is equals to B square plus C square. Here we are going to use the right angle triangle, just nothing else we are using here. So the simple thing is that take a point P at the end of the major axis and R and the sum of the distances from the point P to the foci F1 means point P is present on the ellipse. So any point if it is present on the ellipse, from that point to F1 plus from that point to F2, whatever the distance you are having, any other point if you are taking also same distance we are going to have. The other point is taken to you here, F1P plus F2P will be equals to F1O plus OP plus F2P. So because F1P can be written as F1O plus OP. That is nothing but the total distance we are going to get 2A. So any other point means that total distance means the sum of the distances of this distance of this point from the two fixed points is taken as a 2A. And so like that Q point you take into consider. And that distances when you consider that Q F1 will be equal to under root of B square plus C square. Q F2 will be also equals to under root of B square plus C square by using the Pythagoras theorem. So that distance will be is equals to 2 times of B square plus C square, which is equals to 2A, because P and Q are the 2 points present on the ellipse. Okay. From that the relationship we are going to get it. So special case of the ellipses means in an equation C square is equals to A square minus B square obtained above. Suppose we are getting here C square equal to A square minus B square. If we keep A is fixed and the where is C from 0 to A, the resulting ellipse will vary in the shape. If the C value is 0, C is nothing but the distance of the center to foci is not at all, means it is completely 0, then foci is merged with the together center of the ellipse. Then in that case, A square equal to B square we are going to get, that is nothing but A and B are equal. A and B are equal means we are going to get a circle. It becomes a ellipse will become the, just like a egg shape is there, na egg shape will become the, when you are pressing this one, you are going to get the circular shape, you are going to get it. Okay. Second case is C and A equal and B is equal to 0. In case B equal to 0, the ellipse reduces to the line segment that F1, F2, joining the two foci. It becomes like this when you are pressing the ellipse only, straight line, just like a straight line, you are going to get a one line segment. Here the new definition we are going to get it, that eccentricity. That is, eccentricity of an ellipse is the ratio of the distances from the center of the ellipse to the one of the foci to the end, one of the vertices of the ellipse. That is nothing but it is denoted by E. E is equals to C by A. So now let us standard equations. The equations of the parabola, ellipse, which is having a x-axis as a major axis. X-axis as a major axis, and the coordinates, whatever the coordinates we are taking, A coordinates A comma 0, B coordinates A coordinate is minus A comma 0, B coordinate is A comma 0, I said na. So in that way, whenever you are taking, the equation of the parabola is x square plus A square, x square by A square plus y square by B square equal to 1. In case here A value is greater, in case if it is major axis is y axis and minor axis is x axis, then in that case x square by b square plus y square by a square equal to 1, we are going to get it. So these are the standard equations of the ellipse. Okay. So one point is given to you, the discussion. From the equations of the ellipse obtained above, it follows that every point, any point on that x comma y on the ellipse, we have the condition is x value should lies between minus a and plus a. Therefore, the ellipse lies between the lines x equal to minus a and x equal to plus a and touches these lines. So similarly, ellipse lies between the y equal to minus b and y equal to plus b. So we can derive the equation of the ellipse in the figure 11.26, x square by a square plus y square by a square is equals to 1. These two equations are known as standard equations. And one point you need to observe here, that the standard equations of the ellipse have the center at origin, and the major axis and minor axis are coordinate axis. However, I already told you, other than this, even in case of the parabola also I told you, vertex is always 0, 0. Means origin is the vertex. Other than that also we are going to have, but here in this case we are not going to study that one. The study of the ellipses with the center, any other point and any line through the center as a major axis and minor axis passing through the center is perpendicular to the behind the scope of here, means that is nothing but here we are not going to learn that things. Okay. And in this case, lattice rectum. What is mean by lattice rectum? Definition of the lattice rectum means lattice rectum of the ellipse. In case of the ellipse is taken into consider a line segment which is perpendicular to the major axis through the any of the foci and whose endpoints are lie on the ellipse. So that foci we are going to get it, means that lattice rectum length we are going to get it as a 2b square by a. So what are the points you need to remember here in this case, ellipse case? Equation of the parabola, equation of the ellipse, x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1, or x square by b square plus y square by a square is equals to 1. And here one point everyone have to remember, that whatever it may be the equation you are taking into consider, you observe this, either first one or second one. A is always greater than B. Isn't it? In first case, if you take that, A is on the major axis, X axis. And in second case, second figure also you observe that A is on Y axis, but A length is more. That means if that A means the number which is more in the given two denominators of A square and B square, under the X if it is there, X axis is a major axis. If under the Y it is there, greater number. Second one you take here, Y square by A square is there. So that means if it is under the Y, if it is the equation is given to you, the major axis is Y axis. That point you need to observe here. Did you understand? Do you have any doubt? Irshad? Did you understand here? The major point in case of ellipse you need to observe. Okay, let us see the exercise problem so that you will be able to understand from the exercise problems. So first question you see that x square by 36 y square by 16 equal to 1. So what is A and B you need to observe here. You don't take that the first number 36 is always A. As the 36 is greater than, you are going to have that is A. Which is greater, that is A. Okay. So when you consider in this case A is equals to 6 we will get, B is equals to 4 you will get. Then the equation is given to you x square by A square plus y square by B square is equals to 1. So what is the question asking? Coordinates of the foci, vertices, length of the major axis and length of the minor axis and eccentricity and length of the latus rectum. All you need to find out in case of the ellipses, whatever it is given to you. So A value, you are going to get it. B value, you are going to get it. If you get A and B value, foci C value, you can get it. So what is the relationship between the ABC? Do remember, most of the students will get confused that they will forget the relationship between the ABC. Always you remember that A is greater value. So that's why A square will be equal to sum of the remaining two squares. Like that you try to remember. A square is equal to B square plus C square. So this condition you try to remember. From that A square is equals to B square plus C square means C value you can find out A square minus B square. Okay. So that is nothing but 20 we are going to get it. 36 minus 16. Just orally saying because it is a simple problem. No need of using any board here. As they are all very simple. C value you are getting. After getting the C value, foci you can say. Foci will be always C comma 0 minus C comma 0 and minus C comma 0. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Vertices will be A comma 0
Minus A comma 0.
Yes. Length of the major axis is 2A. Length of the minor axis is
2B, sir.
2B. Okay. Eccentricity is
C by A, sir.
C by A. Latus rectum is 2B square by A. All are you are having. A and B values you are having. Then all you can find out. Do you have any doubt here? And do remember that second problem you see. It is in the form of x square by B square plus y square by A square equal to 1. So A value is 5, B value is 2. And after getting the C, you need to say that the way the foci is 0 comma C, 0 comma minus C hoga. And vertices will be
0 comma plus or minus 5, sir.
plus or minus?
Plus or minus 5, sir.
That means major axis is y axis. Oh, the end points of the major axis only will be considered as a vertices. So major axis is always 2A and minor axis is 2B. Eccentricity is fixable C by A. Can you do the problems remaining all?
Yes, sir.
So in the last problems here it is given to you 7, 8, 9 problems. They are not given to you in that form. To get that form, you need to divide right hand side, you need to make it as a 1. So divided by 1 you need to do, that's all. Okay, so you try to complete all the problems are very simple here, and try to complete the ellipse.